10 products you must not give to your dog. Here are a few foods you should never feed dogs, no matter how adorably they beg. 1. Chocolate. Theobromine isn't harmful to humans, but it's the toxic part of chocolate for dogs. It's found in all kinds of chocolate, but especially in dark chocolate and baking chocolate. It can cause a dog to vomit, have diarrhea, and become overly thirsty, but on the more extreme side it can cause abnormal heart rhythms, seizures, tremors, or death. 2. Bacon and fatty meat. High-fat foods like bacon, ham, or meat trimmings can cause pancreatitis in dogs. And since these meats are often high in salt content, too, they can cause upset stomachs and, in extreme cases, can cause dogs to drink too much water, leading to bloat, which can be fatal. 3. Salty foods. Popcorn and pretzels are bad for dogs, but that's usually only the case if those foods are salted. Salt can cause a condition called sodium ion poisoning, not to mention excessive thirst or urination. Symptoms of eating too much salt might include vomiting, diarrhea, high body temperature, and seizures, in addition to bloat, as is the case with bacon. Salt can be fatal. 4. Garlic and onions. These pungent ingredients are bad news for dogs. They can actually destroy a dog's red blood cells, leading to anemia, if consumed in high quantities. This is a tricky one because a small dose might not do much harm. But a large dose or regular small doses can lead to poisoning. Symptoms might include weakness, vomiting, breathlessness, and a loss of interest in food. 5. Milk, cheese, ice cream, and other dairy products. Dogs aren't really built to process cow milk products. They lack the enzyme to break down milk sugar, and while some dogs are more able to handle dairy than others, many dogs are lactose intolerant. Dairy can cause dogs to vomit, have diarrhea, or develop gastrointestinal diseases. The high fat content can lead to pancreatitis, as is the case with fatty meats. 6. Raw meat, fish, and eggs. Some vets recommend cooking raw food to kill off bacteria and parasites that can be harmful to dogs. The majority of vets and the FDA still discourage feeding raw meat to dogs, and Salmonella and E. coli infections do happen in canines. Most of these infections happen to dogs whose immune systems are already compromised, but it may be hard to tell if your dog's immune system is completely healthy. Raw eggs have enzymes that can cause skin conditions in dogs, and raw fish can hide parasites that cause fatal diseases. 7. Candy, gum, peanut butter, and baked goods. The real culprit when it comes to these sweets is an ingredient called xylitol. It causes an insulin surge through your dog's body that can lead to a drop in blood sugar and liver failure. Symptoms include lethargy, vomiting, loss of coordination, seizures, and eventually death. Several of these foods, especially peanut butter, are sometimes made without xylitol. 8. Grapes and raisins. This is a sneaky case of dangerous foods, as your dog has probably eaten some grapes or raisins without issue. But it's risky. Your dog's kidneys might start to shut down, causing vomiting and lethargy and eventually leading to death. It's best to keep the grapes and raisins out of reach of your dog. 9. Sugary food. Obesity, dental health issues, and diabetes can all result from overeating foods that have high sugar content. Don't feed your dog sugar, and we should all probably consider cutting back on the sugar we eat, too. 10. Avocado. The real danger comes from the seeds, stems, and pits, all of which are difficult to digest and can cause choking or gastrointestinal blockages, which can be fatal. If you have an avocado tree, as many people do in certain parts of the United States and elsewhere, make sure your pup can't get anywhere near it or the fruit that falls to the ground. Prepare avocados for your dog by removing the harmful parts, especially the pits, and use avos that are ripe. If you do, it is likely that your dog can safely enjoy avocados, but as always, you should ask your vet before sharing human food with your dog. Other products that aren't necessarily food for you that your dog should stay away from include uncooked yeast dough, seeds and pits from fruit, raw potato, cooked bones, apple cores, alcohol, caffeine, and human medicine.